Hey there Raiders, and welcome back to It's Gone Sideways. Developers at Embark have just dropped a brand new blog for Arc Raiders explaining a few changes in gameplay features leading up to the Service Slam on October 17. And there's a lot in there. If you've never touched an extraction shooter or survival game before, don't stress. We're going to break this down for everyone so you actually know what it all means and why it matters. If you enjoy Sideways takes on games like this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss out on the next video. Alright, let's get into it. Before we go into a deep dive over what is in the developer blog, I think it's important to take the time to explain what is a wipe in the context of an extraction shooter or a survival game. A wipe is essentially a reset of everyone's progress. It can be gear, money, progression, reset to zero. Everyone starts fresh with a basic loadout at a predetermined point in the game. Developers introduce new content, balancing changes or systems right before a wipe to make it feel fresh. What it's there to do basically is to ensure that every so often everyone gets to start back at the same level so new players don't get completely smashed by old players and old players don't find new players too easy. It's a balancing system at the end of the day. And how do Embark handle this? Well, they have decided to give it a name and they call it the Expedition Project. What is an Expedition Project? Well, a bloke from Embark called Virgil says this. Previously, the question of how we will handle wipes has come up. Until now, the answer has been that currently we do not intend to do mandatory wipes. These words were chosen carefully as we don't intend to have mandatory wipes. However, as some have guessed, we do have a voluntary reset mechanic. Just to be clear, we absolutely see the benefits a global wipe provides. Veteran players can experience the game fresh, the economy is reset to the baseline, and all players have about the same level of capabilities, at least for a while. However, one thing a mandatory wipe does not do is respect the investment of those players who do not have as much time to play overall. So, as we have done with several other mechanics, before mimicking other established mechanics, we'd like to try our own method. Ideally to the end that best suits Arc Raiders and a large majority of its players. What does that mean? Embark, unlike other games, are going to try and find a way to have the game balance itself so it is going to be equitable for all players, which is good news. Virgil goes on, the tunnel networks connected to Speranza are vastly but largely unexplored or inaccessible. Most survivors stay within their settlements. But like the raiders who dare venture topside, there are those who dare venture even farther. Once the Rust Belt has given all it can offer, some raiders choose to set out beyond the borders of what they know. As of now, this has always been a one-way trip. In the full game, players will have access to a feature called Projects. At level 20, the first major project players will have access to is the Expedition Project. Upon completion, this project makes a character reset available. If a player completes a reset, they will be able to do so again so long as they complete another of these projects. So now's probably a good time to ask why someone would want to voluntarily reset, especially when they're leveled up. Well, in games like Escape from Tarkov and Rust, once someone got to the sort of exhausted everything they could do in the game and was super high leveled up, they would just generally go out there and become PvP hunters. That was the only thing that was fun in the game. With this new system that Embark has brought in, there's an incentive to go out there and reset your character because it's going to give you buffs or higher levels. Virgil goes on, explains it here. Players who are highly engaged experience the game fresh on a regular cadence while accruing some benefits. And players who have less time to dedicate to the game don't have their progress reset outside of their control. They're always able to keep moving forward at their own pace if they so choose. This is great news, everybody. In the games that exist at the moment, there isn't a control over it, so it does lean towards people who play more. This is opening it up to everybody. I think it's a great idea. I'm really happy about it. What do you guys think, though? Tell us in the comments below. You've been watching It's Gone Sideways. If you like Sideways takes, reviews, and games like Arc Raiders or other extraction shooters, hit the like button and remember to subscribe. I'm really looking forward to the Service Slam coming out in a week. If anything, just to be able to capture some new footage. Good luck out there, Raiders.